I hope as the first convocation, one of many that we'll be doing each month as we move towards the entrance ceremony in the Chonil Sanctum and Chonronggung, that definitely you will spread the word and make sure we are full as much as possible to be able to attend and be aware of what True Mother is asking of us.
Good evening, everyone. So we're going to start our icebreaker game. Yes, it was Hyojang. Good job, everyone. So Hyojang means filial heart. Jisun is the winner. Good job, Jisun. All right, great job, everyone. This was really fun.
J'aimerais tous vous inviter à me rejoindre afin de pouvoir recevoir notre vice-présidente régionale, notre grande sœur, Madame Lita Amalaman, pour son intervention avec beaucoup d'ovations bien nourries, s'il vous plaît.
Merci. Merci beaucoup à notre MC Jinsu pour son mot d'encourage. Et ça me fait envie de parler en français, mais je sais que ça va arrêter bientôt parce que mon français n'est pas tellement bien. Mais merci beaucoup. Thank you very much to everyone. Thank you for being here. And as presented, I'm truly grateful that we could be present and be part of this youth movement. Are we excited or not yet? Still in our chairs, waiting to see what's going to happen as most convocations as we start. But yes, thank you so much for the welcoming. And as presented, I'll be sharing about what it is that we're here for, right? I think we already announced at one of our youth and family services at the 1st of December, but now it's the 21st of December, right? And perhaps there's still, the movement hasn't really moved, right? We haven't moved yet so much because there's still some, understanding of what it all is and then how do I get involved. So this meeting today is for that. It's to be able to present again, but also more detail to what it is and how do I get involved. By first asking ourselves, is this for me, right? Is this something I want to be part of? Is this something I want to be involved in? At the end of the day, no one is forcing anyone. We are all here to answer True Mother's call. We are all connected to our true parents. So perhaps it's just showing a way that we feel on our level as a region, centering on our regional president, that can help us come as one united youth group towards the movement that our True Mother is calling on all of us to do. So I want to just say also thank you to the previous speakers and sharings already, especially Youngsun, my sister, for sharing about the game. I think it was an interesting take, right, to engage all of us in our understanding of who is True Mother, what do we know about that. So I hope next time more of us can be engaged. I was tempted to join. I was still completing something, but then I said, if I join and put my actual name and I don't win, that might not be a good sign, right? The regional vice president doesn't seem to know the answers. So next time I think I'll join with a different name just to see my abilities. But anyway, I'm grateful for that. And also, of course, the song by our team, One Voice, right? I think really they gave such a great music that brought us to connect to what we're here for, which is our beloved true parents. And I just want to acknowledge that one of the lead singers there, my sister Jinju, right? She actually had her commitment ceremony today in Cameroon. So if we can all give her a round of applause, Jinju and Hong Il, I believe, from Mofo, from Cameroon couple. But they're a mix because they're also a mixed Rwandese and, they're still a mix. I think among our blessed children, they're not necessarily national couples because we have so many connections we're already mixed. So, but yeah, just thank you for that beautiful song. And then, of course, our MC, I also am happy to see him. He's one of our Hyojongrang first-class cadets. And now look at him being MC for the regional program. So congratulations also. So to present, I'll be sharing my screen and presenting to you. I hope in not too long. I heard I'm always a long speaker. Someone said, Vice President, you speak a bit too much sometimes. So I'll try and not speak too much, right? I can already see some people maybe being happy about that. But yeah, it usually comes with inspiration. That's why, yeah, I have to still maintain my time. So perhaps you can MC or someone can put on a clock, and I will try and do my best to fit within the time limit given to me. So first of all, this is the presentation. So the Africa Pure Water Wave Movement. And I guess what I hope we can convey through this presentation is, first of all, what is it exactly? How do I get involved? And is it even worth it, right? Is it worth my time to be involved in this movement? So a bit of background, because I think you have to understand where we are all coming from when we come with this offering that we are presenting today. And I think most of you were part of the background to this movement. First of all, I think we all remember what happened in April of last year, 2023. Do we remember what happened? Does anyone remember? Before I put on what happened? Some of you were present, right? Maybe if you want, you could put in the chat. I don't know. If you remember what happened in April of last year, 2023. We also had a youth convocation, actually. And just before going to May, there was a special youth convocation, and we were able to do something. Since no one is answering, maybe you forgot. So that's why this background is important. Basically, what we were able to achieve and what we did in April of last year, 2023, is realize the goal of $60,000 US as the youth contribution towards a Chonwongung donation, right? Do we remember that? Anyone remember that? Anyone want to put their hands up to say that they remember that, if I can see? Anyone? Kyokan Konesa, yeah? Everyone remember? Some of you? Benin, you were not there when that happened? CIGCA West, maybe not. Anyway, the reality is we were able to realize an amount of money towards the Chonwongung donation, which came from the desire of the youth, centering on first the sub-regional youth leaders to make a determination to make sure we can bring something, Actually, the background to this was that we didn't want to be just the usually when an event comes like this, we say, okay, maybe our parents are going to be involved, or, it's the offering that Africa is going to give. But we put ourselves aside to that offering. Perhaps, maybe we don't think it's talking about us. But that time, I remember we clearly emphasized that, no, this time, let us be one of the forefront runners towards this goal and make sure we achieve it. And that's what we did. It contributed to the whole Africa goal. But as the youth, this is what we realized. And in fact, 1,429 youth answered this call, meaning from these youth, one of you here was the one who answered this call and contributed, and that's what was able to bring our full offering to our True Mother. So we achieved actually what we can say maybe at that time was impossible, because I have to say when we first presented this at one point, some people were like, okay, yeah, all right, that's good, but let's see if we can do it, That kind of feeling was there. And even at one point it became, are we really able to make it? Maybe let's just make a conditional offering. At least we tried, But actually we were able to make it. From 50,498, we actually achieved 60,424 or something dollars actually. So basically a little bit over our goal. And this was the convocation in April that allowed us to complete and realize 10,000 actually in one period of time. And I think if you remember, we had the Wheel of Fortune, and we were trying to sell, make prizes and things like that. And actually people gave. And this is what brought, we had one, even peace ambassador gave at least like 4,000, right? Because of this convocation, imagine, right? So this is something I think we have to recognize and appreciate, and really also congratulate ourselves, because we made something that maybe looked a little bit impossible, that looked maybe not something we can do because we're the youth, we don't have much money, but actually we were able to realize this. So how? To be honest, it was the unity, it was the determination, and it was the Chongsong of the region, the youth of Africa. But maybe we didn't push it that time because we would eventually bring about God's kingdom. So this is the movement, and this is what we are putting in place to be able to do. So does this concern me? Does it concern you? This is the question you have to ask yourself. Maybe not, maybe yes, maybe I don't know. But this is why I want to answer this question, because I feel you need to recognize who are we bringing to the movement. Of course, it's all the youth, but the reality is we're targeting our young adults. We're targeting the youth that True Mother is calling to unite with her completely so that we can usher in the kingdom. We can't, of course, people are still at school, people are doing different things, and that's okay. But the reality is we need people who can make now this commitment at this time to offer themselves to support true parents in this current providence. So are you a young adult between the ages of 17 and 40 years? If yes, then let's continue. If no, don't think you're not part of this. I'll show you a way you can still be part of it. But this is the target group, okay? This is the target group for the movement to really bring about the pure water wave. Does it concern me? Do you want to become the pure water that True Mother is talking about? Maybe this also you have to ask yourself. True Mother has said we are the pure water. Do we want to truly embody that and become that? Or are we just okay to just be outside of that? So this is a question you have to ask yourself. If yes, then let's keep moving forward. Let's create that movement. Let's come together and truly unite as pure water. Do you want, the next point you need to ask yourself is, do you want to contribute in some way, right, towards the offering of Africa for the Chonwangung Sanctum? Do you want to make an offering? Do you feel a calling or desire or at least some interest to say, yes, okay, I'm part of this movement. True Mother is calling on us to bring our offering to the Chonwangung, make our heavenly parents home. Do I want to contribute to that? If yes, then please, let's come together, right? And lastly, do you want to contribute your skills and talent towards building the Chonilguk Africa? To be honest, this for me is the key question I want to ask all of us youth here in this convocation and across the region. Do we want to build a new Africa? Do we want to create the world that True Parents calling us to create? Do we have talent for that? And I say yes, everyone has an ability to. Whether it be in offering your time, whether it be in offering some donation, whether it be in offering your talent in music, in dance, right? In design, in administration, in anything, right? We need to see where do we fit in. And I believe perhaps in the past, we haven't created that platform to allow all the youth to fit into something. Maybe it's just a missionary work and that's all. Yes, perhaps that was a requirement at the time because we needed to create youth leaders, right? Leaders who can move forward, the frontliners. But the reality is we need all of you. We need all of us with our skills, our talent and abilities to connect. And this is why I believe all of us should say yes to this, because I don't think we all want to live in this Africa that isn't centered on God. There's so much potential Africa can offer, but centering on first our original root, which is Heavenly Parent and True Parents. So that means, if that is the case, if you could answer yes to all of that, then truly the Pure Water Wave movement is for you. That's right, you, right? All of us here, all of you. Maybe you might have answered no to some of those questions. If you have, that's okay. Perhaps maybe after this presentation, you may change your mind, who knows? But either way, we need all of us. And this is why I hope we can move together as one. So what does the movement entail? What does it mean when we say the Africa Pure Water Movement? I want to share with you the vision and then also the mission of this, and then also the goals and how do we get involved? So the vision actually is that the Pure Water Wave movement, actually the main purpose is to become a thriving youth movement connected in heart and action to our roots, our true parents. This point I feel is something that really I was praying about, and I feel this is the key. Because without connecting to our roots, which is true parents, it's going to be impossible to make any difference in this world. Because we are part of these roots. If we try and create our own platform somewhere else without the roots, yes, maybe we look like we're succeeding here and there, but somehow we fall short because we're not connected to our original source. And that's something I really believe as Africa, we need to unite as one movement, youth movement, connected in heart and action to our roots, our true parents. So how do we do that? First, we need to connect to our true parents. Who are our true parents? And especially now in this current providence, who is our true mother? How can I understand and connect to our true mother? I'm sure you've been hearing things about Champa Moran or this and that coming out, and maybe there's even some confusion there. Why is this happening? Why is this being said? But this is why we need to understand from the source before we talk about hearsay and what people are saying. That's why the first thing that needs to happen with this movement is the Champamoran education sessions. We'll be forming that with those who register to be able to connect to the Champamoran messages that True Mother is emphasizing is the key to knowing who is Heavenly Parent, first and foremost, who is Jesus as the only begotten Son, in order to even understand who is the only begotten daughter, which even gives a deeper understanding of who is True Father and the mission True Father had in realizing and bringing about this final completion that our True Mother now is leading. So I really believe this is the key, and this is the first thing. The second thing is we need to actively participate in Chongqing 1. Reality is True Mother has given this as a key. She says, this is the tool to overcoming all obstacles, all difficulties. And perhaps we are still developing our ability to realize this as a tool, but definitely, I think we need to recognize this as an important step in our ability to connect to our roots, because this is a call, not only in truth, which is words, but in spirit, to be able to connect to who we are as Heavenly Parent and True Parent's children. The second is the mission. The Pure Water Wave Movement main mission is to mobilize and revive the Family Federation Youth of Africa to stand and take ownership to build a new Africa centered on God. So you can see the purpose is to mobilize, like mission, all of us who want to join this movement is to mobilize our youth, basically gather all of us as young people, no matter where we are in our nation, in our work, in our school, revive ourselves, centering first on our movement, our Family Federation, because this is the heart, right? Before we can spread to the rest of Africa. And then to stand and take ownership to build the new Africa, the Chonilkuk Africa, with our skills, with our talent, with our abilities, but centering on Heavenly Parent and True Parent. So this is the mission. So how am I supposed to get involved? The first thing is to attend the monthly convocations that we'll be having. If you're here today, good, you've already started. You've already started your involvement to the Africa Pure Water Wave Movement, but we can see we're not many. We need to bring more. We need to bring all of us, actually. In fact, we're in the young adult category, we are 3,000 plus youth, and this is the goal we should be attaining in this program of youth in terms of the movement. We need to also register, meaning show your commitment by registering yourself to the Pure Water Wave Movement. At the end of this session, there will be a link for that, and this will be the start to first understanding who you are, first answering the call, right? If I ask who wants to be part of the Pure Water Wave Movement, you put up your hand, right? So you need to register, because I can't see all of you here. So register, right? Register and say, yes, I want to be part of this. This will involve joining regular meetings and guidance towards the program, and also sharing your talent. We've got different areas where we want people to be part of, to bring their talent towards the offering. The first and foremost is the offering towards the Chonwangung Sanctum. And then at the same time, even on the nation level, we want through the registration of each group, definitely even creating teams in each nation to be able to mobilize themselves towards the Pure Water Wave Movement. So this is how you need and can be involved. But it starts first with the registration. The youth convocation, of course, everyone can join, but the registration now will go the specific people who register. All of you who register, basically anyone, you will now be targeted for that general session of guidance towards how you can fully get involved in the different areas that we have lined up. Then what is our offering? Since we're saying this movement is to bring our offering, final offering, right? The completion of the offering that we didn't complete in 2023, we have a chance to complete now. That is where the goals come in. And the first goal is ourselves. We need to join this program, this movement, and let all of our brothers and sisters come together and join this movement. Let us have no one left behind. In fact, that's the first goal. Revival of all of our youth, connecting, bringing one united youth movement. Not because I'm part of YSP or I'm part of YSD or I'm part of UPF or I'm part of Women's Fed. We are all pure water. True Mother has said that. We are all pure water. So let us come together. Even if you're outside of the movement, bring them back. Even if they're just working, let's connect them, right? The reality is, this is what True Mother is calling us to do. First, ourselves. Let us come together and bring ourselves in front of True Parents and say, we are here. We are here to bring about our heavenly kingdom. The second is the blessing. We've committed as a region to bring 1,800 single blessing candidates. Again, I know it's a number, and maybe some of us may be thinking, oh, look, here we go, another number, another mobilization. But the reality is, True Mother is not looking at us as numbers. She's looking at us as children who she believes truly can grow and benefit and have the greatest gift through receiving the blessing. So now it's our role as family members, right, to see how to make that happen in the best way possible, supporting our brothers and sisters to realize that, supporting the education and culture around that, right? I know things haven't been perfect. I want to maybe testify or maybe confess. I feel we haven't been perfect in the way we've approached and brought about, bringing people to the blessing, even to the point that maybe some of us think the blessing doesn't work because maybe the environment wasn't there for us to make it work. But that's where I'm calling all of us to say, no, we can change this. We can make it different, but we need to work together. I'm calling actually all my young couples, to join me as a young couple to say, let's support and create a community for our young couples who are coming. 1,800, it's a huge number actually. How are we going to take care of them? It needs us. It's not our parents who can take care of them. It's not BFD only who can take care of them. It's us. It's a community of young couples thriving together to unite, centering on God's will and bringing about a lifestyle that we want for our children. I believe we all want that, right? Those of us who are young couples, right, who have children. Those of us who are not yet young couples, please let us see that this is the call that True Mother wants, not because of just putting you in pressure, you have to, but because she believes this is the best thing for you. And we come to recognize through understanding the value of the blessing that it is, because it's the only way to connect fully to our root. It's the only way to find true love, centering on Heavenly Parent, which is the source of that love. So it's the only way. But we need to make it happen. So this is why the first thing is become a candidate. Prepare yourself. Join the education sessions that we'll be offering specifically, even under the movement banner. Support others to become prepared candidates. Join the task force to embrace the youth, visitations, gatherings, funds to support even their fees, perhaps, that they may be looking for. Create the young couples community by uniting as young couples to support the other young couples joining the community. So this is our second offering. The third offering is the 210 youth representatives to bring our offering to Korea. So at one point, it will look like, okay, everyone can join. And perhaps, I hope, we can. But the reality is the first priority will be given first to those that are selected under the missionary program that has been created, Hyojeongrang and CIGCA Missionary, because in a way, they are the representatives after completing their full year of mission, or partially at those who are doing until the West and North, for example, who are still continuing, that able can represent Africa, right? Represent the youth, because True Mother has been calling on these youth to be able to be part of the Heavenly Top Gun program, right? So the first selection will be on that level. The blessing candidates also who are in this group also will be the first selection, the active youth leaders, and then also the youth planning to join the Heavenly Top Gun one-year program. So as you know, we'll be transferring to Heavenly Top Gun. So any of you in that position or wanting to join for a one-year program, to commit to that one-year program, please also be ready to follow this path in order to be selected, because this is what we are first calling the 210 youth. So what we're saying is this Pure Water Wave movement is not just to bring the 210 youth to Korea. The Pure Water Wave movement is for everyone, of all of us, of young adults, to join in this movement towards our offering. But some of us will be selected to be able to go, and these are the criteria at the moment for that selection. So just to make it clear that this is where that first aspect, but it's a goal. It's actually a goal to bring 210 youth. It's never happened before, to bring 210 youth all at once from Africa. All the other regions have done here and there. And even to the point that, Dr. Sung was asking, when is Africa coming, right? So it's not easy. We know the difficulties. In fact, majority of those 210 don't have passports. So that's already a big obstacle. But that's what we need to fight to achieve, because this is the goal we are putting towards entering in, like supporting the offering towards the entrance into the Chonmongum. And then, of course, the raising of the 40% of that fee, which includes also, you could say, the mobilization to bring our youth to the blessing, right? So this point of even it's actually 160,000, so it's even triple, right? What we offered in the time of the first offering of funds that we gave. But this is where we are going to be having a fundraising team, those that will be participating as the selected 210 to join the fundraising team, and then those also who want to attend to this call and also offer donations to make sure that this goal can be realized. So those are our 4 offerings, right? And those are what we'll be working towards as a movement to be able to realize. So lastly, why should I get involved? What is the point? Is it even worth it? Is it something for me? Maybe I'm interested, but maybe also I'm too busy, or maybe it's just another movement that I don't really want to get involved in. And this is why I want to answer this question by sharing True Mother's words. We read True Mother's Hunduke, and this is from True Mother's Hunduke. First of all, why should you get involved? Basically, you are the pure water. So there's no movement, pure water movement without you. That's the reality. And that's why that's something I want us to recognize. Why are we the pure water? Because she said, True Mother, our only True Mother said, we are the pure water. She said, my message today for you is to become water that disperses the true love of our heavenly parent and the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Thanks to true parents, you are like the pure water born from blessed families. This was possible for the first time in 6,000 years. You are like pure water. All living beings should delight in your presence, wherever you go. However, we do not enjoy such an environment today. So True Mother is saying already, whether we like it or not, we are pure water, blessed from our parents to be able to be pure water. And therefore, the only way to solve many problems is through us, which we'll be sharing in the next session, in the next slide, as we can see here, right? So you know true parents. Why should you be involved? Secondly, is you know true parents, and you know why we are in the mess that we're in. I think we can all agree that the world is not so good. The environment we live in is not so nice. People are not happy. We also sometimes are not happy. And we know why. Because we know the source of all of this. And this is what we need to recognize. She said, true parents must not be only your true parents, but also humanity's. Even though the 7 billion people of the fallen world do not know how they ended up in such an environment, the original mind's desire is to become happy, to find peace, and to live a good life. They all want something better. In fact, they're looking for it in different ways, but we're not finding it. But we have the answer because we know why this is happening. We thought that we would be happy if food was abundant, if we lived well, but that is not the case. We have become discontent. This is True Mother's words. Why is that? It is because the people of the world today did not live according to God's word and did not receive the blessing. Imagine, this is True Mother saying this. This is the key, right? We are in a situation like this because the world hasn't been able to receive God and receive the blessing. And who are we? We are people who have been able to receive God and have been able to receive the blessing. So I feel that's one reason, big reason, that we need to say, yes, I need to get involved. Second is, or third, right, is, right, you have the solution. We have the solution. Why is that? Because, first of all, when you look at history, territorial problems, racial problems, religious problems, and the development of not so good culture for the convenience of civilizations are causing destruction. True Mother is sharing this. The only people that can resolve all these problems are true parents. Only true parents can do that. Yet, not many people know of true parents. But we know, right? We actually have a solution. All people need water. Living beings dance wherever there is water. However, you are the only pure water in the world. You are the pure water, untainted and not polluted. The world today, however, has become heavily polluted. So maybe we don't believe it, right? Maybe, because there's a lot of things happening in our own lives. How can even we say we're pure water? Even maybe yourself, you feel I'm not even that pure. I can testify to this because I've felt like that sometimes, many times, when it comes to, oh, you are a blessed child, oh, you need to do this. I would be like, I'm dealing with my own problems, right? But the reality is, what I've come to recognize is my problems will never be solved if these problems are not solved. The world's problems are not solved, in a way. Because I can maybe do my own thing in my own life, have a happy life, but the reality is I'm connected to my next door neighbor. I'm connected to an environment that I cannot control. We all have seen the reality of a broken down environment. It affects you and me wherever you are in the world, no matter how much money you have in the world. That's the reality we're living in today. So True Mother is saying nothing can be solved without true parents, meaning without going back to our original source, which is Heavenly Parent. And we have that answer. We know that. We are connected to that. And if she's saying we are the pure water to bring this world to be unpolluted, that means we're a solution. Are we ready to answer that? This is the question I think you have to ask yourself, because this is the question I'm asking myself. Am I ready, and are we ready as Africa to answer that, to bring that true Africa, centering on becoming the pure water that True Mother is calling us to be? So basically what I really want to say, and why you should become involved, is in fact, you are the solution. You together now, united as one front, one united front, we are the solution. Why is that? She says, all people need water. Living beings dance wherever there is water. However, you are the only pure water in the world. You are the pure water, untainted and not polluted. We must stand up and correct this problem. We must teach people that we must restore the environment to form that God created, to the form that God created, a world that has not fallen and one that is pure. This is our responsibility. Do we understand? Do you understand? This is what True Mother has shared in the previous Hundoke. If you connected it, this is exactly the same words. I just put it now with those questions, meaning those points that I feel we need to ask ourselves and understand. We are the pure water, right? The world, we understand that why the world is a mess, and therefore we have a solution because we know true parents. And not only do we have the solution, basically we are the solution, because our unity to become pure water will bring about this new Africa, will bring about the untainted, and bring about the true world, removing the pollution that unfortunately has come from the fallen world. So maybe you may be asking this question, because I ask these questions, right? But I'm just basically talking sometimes to myself in a way. Maybe you may have the same questions, because yeah, the reality is I've lived in an environment where we've constantly been having movements after movements after movements, and we think, okay, here we go, another program, another movement, another goal, and then next year the same thing. Yeah, you may be asking that. Also that our parents, they've tried. We have done these movements before, but look, nothing has changed. We're still the same. In fact, sometimes we can even think we've become worse. What makes you think this is any different? I'm asking, you may be asking me. Yes, I want to answer that, because I feel I also had that question, and I'm starting to be revived because I've got a connection now with what True Mother is telling me. Basically, True Mother has said that, yes, it's true, a lot has happened, but we were in the wilderness. It was a constant movement. We couldn't settle, we just had to put tents. We look back behind, it's gone. We move forward, nothing's remaining. We tried to plant seeds, it hasn't borne fruit yet because there's no water. The reality is, yes, we've lived and we have been in the wilderness, to the point that even we may look back and say, can I just go back to the world where things were still better, even though I was a slave? That's the question I think we've asked ourselves. Myself, I've asked that because I was born in the wilderness, right? I didn't know any better. But when I saw the world outside, I was like, well, these people look like they're having more fun than me. Here I am struggling 5 a.m. in the morning, trying to do hundoke, cleaning when it's supposed to be New Year's, and I'm cleaning the house to prepare for God's Day. Like, it was just so different from the life that I feel people were enjoying, right? But when I saw what also that life was, definitely it was a life of slavery, because you were not free in mind. You were not real, you were not true, you were following things but not even knowing why. And that's the way the world is. And definitely, yes, we went in the wilderness course, it was difficult, we were moving. But True Mother is saying, we are coming out of that, because now it's Chanoguk, the era of Chanoguk. The course of the wilderness era is in the past. She's saying that. Maybe we say, okay, how do we know that? There's not much different. But the reality is, if the true parents are saying that, they can see more than we, right? And I feel we have to see, maybe, perhaps, let's believe and start truly bringing about this Chanoguk, the substantial Chanoguk, because she says that the beginning point of that is going to be the entrance ceremony. Chonwangum entrance ceremony, the settlement finally of God's kingdom. But that can only happen still on a condition, just like the time of Moses, right? When we know that the disciples, the spies who were supposed to check on whether they could enter into the land or not, right? That they would have that time also, people didn't believe. And we were questioning, is it true? Is it not? Can we do it? Oh, we're small, we're not able to, right? But Joshua and Caleb, the only two, were able to say, yes, we can do it because we've been guided by God up until now. Definitely God will guide us. So in a way, they had belief with just faith. They didn't see any different from anyone else, but they had faith. And I believe that's what your mother's asking us to do. Believe and it will happen because this is the time. So finally, I want to just finally say that True Mother has even said that all religions, races, and nations have reached their final destination and must disembark. To be honest, I feel this is even us. We, as understanding ourselves as just as a religion, as Heavenly Family Federation here, this is just us. Like we may be thinking this is just, this is who we're supposed to be. But the reality is we should disembark from that concept. We're not here to just build a church, to just build a religion. We're here to create the new world, to return back to the original Garden of Eden. And this is what True Mother is saying by saying, let's build True Parents and Heavenly Parents home. Let's build finally Heavenly Parents home. That's the Chonwangum. Heavenly Parents' dream is to live on earth with the children in the kingdom of heaven on earth. Then Heavenly Parent must have a home. And this is what True Mother's making. Despite everything blocking her way in a way, this is what she's making. And this point is what I feel we have to recognize. We are part of streams. We've all come from different streams, different backgrounds, different maybe understanding of faith, family life, everything. There's many things. So we're streams, but we're leading to the ocean. As they say, all streams lead to the ocean. And we may have come from different streams, but let us go to the ocean, right? Let us go and focus on True Parents, first and foremost. And let us create that pure water wave, the wave that's going to bring the heavenly tsunami, that's going to touch the whole of Africa and usher in the new Africa, which is the Chonelguk Africa. Let us do that. Let us believe that we can do that. So what are the benefits of being part of this movement? First, register, right? And what will be the benefits of that? You'll be having regular updates directly about the program, right? You'll be able to chance to win any raffles or contests we may initiate to present in the youth convocations each month. You also have the chance to join the logo design contest, which we'll be presenting soon, basically to make your t-shirt, our logo for the Pure Water Wave t-shirt, and that will feature on the t-shirt. And you'll be able to have the Pure Water Wave t-shirt, right, if you register, because depending also on your percentage of attendance to the programs that will be initiated, this also will be shared, how you'll have that t-shirt. But basically everyone, I hope, will have the t-shirt because participation is just our attendance, right? Our connection to this desire to become pure water. The chance also to have your dance move selected to represent in the Pure Water Wave movement, and potentially even a full sponsorship to join also the 210 Korea pilgrimage, for which we'll be sharing more detail about, because this is also going to be a contest or program designed for that. So the reality is there's a lot to do, right? There's so much that we want to do, but we need you to make it happen. And this is my question. What are we waiting for, really? What are we waiting for? We've come to understand what it is. We've come to understand also the value of it, because True Mother is saying this is who we are, and we have a chance to make a difference in this world, to bring true solutions. So really let us join the Pure Water Wave, Africa Pure Water Wave, by making also our true parents proud and ushering in the Africa that we all want to see and live in, and finally to bring about the Chonelguk Africa centered on Heavenly Parent. Are we ready for that? Can we do it? This is the question I'm asking all of you. I'm sorry, we're on Zoom. It's not easy to get that reaction that I'm probably waiting for, but the reality is this is what we need to do. And we will be making sure we make efforts to make this happen. And I believe together we can do this. So thank you very much. I'm sorry if I may have gone over time, but I hope you have understood what we are doing, and we'll be sharing more as we go along. Thank you.
À présent, nous allons passer au moment des annonces. Et pour les annonces, nous allons recevoir le secrétaire général de YSP, M. Socholoba Umbedi, pour les annonces.
Thank you very much to our MC of today, dear Jinsu. We are grateful. Sorry, I'm in the dark, so as you can see, I do not have light. But definitely, we are sincerely grateful. We can see how much actually Heavenly Parents and True Parents really blessed us today through the words of our beloved Regional Vice President here, our elder sister, really made us feel once again the heart of our beloved True Parents, what they are really expecting from us, and definitely we can see that. So as already announced, we really wish really to contribute. I believe that's why we are here today. That's why we all came as parents, right, as brothers and sisters, to make sure that we can really engage ourselves. So the first thing I would like to talk about is the contest, right? We have a contest in order to light up things, let's say fire up what we are doing currently, and we have a wonderful prize for that. So the first contest that we have here currently is, right, the APWW logo design contest, as you can see, basically for African Pure Water Wave, who feels the calling from heaven in order to produce a wonderful design, right? So if you feel your creativity has been awakened today, you feel that you can really contribute to that, definitely engage yourself, because the price is $100, right, for the person who can give the best design ever for this movement. And this is the design that, let's say, history in Africa will keep, right? It's not just a prize, but your name will be written in history in Africa, definitely that you will be the person who created the design in order to launch this movement. I don't think this movement will end now, right? And definitely this is what we'll be wearing when we'll be going to Korea, wearing wherever we will be, whenever we will want to engage ourselves. So as you can see, this is the price, but of course, we will not just stick to the price, we need to explain how this needs to happen. So allow me to share my screen. I have a document that I need to read to make sure that you can have the proper information. So here we are, as you can see. So Africa Pure Water Wave logo design contest. So the period of this contest, of course, is not forever, right? Even though we wished it to be, right? It will be from December 21st, meaning today, right, up to December 28th, right? This is the period that we have, right, in order to make a proposal. So the theme here that we would like to use in order to make this logo is let's answer to True Mother's call. The objective is design a logo that encapsulates the essence of Africa Pure Water Wave Initiative, reflecting purity, unity, and the spirit of service. Who can participate? All youth members of Heavenly Parents Holy Community in Shin Africa region, aged between 13 years old to 30 years old, are welcome to participate. How to enter, right, in order to join this competition? So first of all, you need to register, of course. Yeah, the registration is definitively the one for the contest. As you can see, we have links. We'll be sharing that in the chat, right? Those are the different Google Forms. We have the French and the English, and the Portuguese also will be produced, right? So people speaking Portuguese don't feel left on the side, or like we are not considering you. Definitely this link also will be produced. As you can see, we are all trying our best to make sure that things can be produced on time. Then create an original logo design using digital tools, right? Don't submit that on paper, but make sure that you can use, if you make your design on paper, you should make sure that it can be designed on computer, right? And we can receive that and then print it on t-shirts at the end. So after registration, a link will be sent to your email to submit your final logo. Please notice that the final file must be submitted in one of the following format: GPG, right? JPG, sorry, JPEG, I believe, and PNG, and also EPS. So naturally, we'll be sharing this document, right, in all our different regions and all nations in order to make sure that people can also have access to this document. Though the price, I was already mentioned, the first place special recognition on our platform and at the next youth convocation, and $100 prize will be given, right? So this is basically for the first prize. The second and third place, right? Recognition on our platforms and at the next youth convocation as well will be given for the second and the third place within this competition. The criteria for judging. So the first element we'll be looking at is creativity, right? How innovative and fresh is your design, right? So it needs to come from you based on the different elements that we mentioned. It shouldn't be too similar to something we already saw before, right? So this is how things needs to be. So relevance, right? Meaning, does the logo effectively represent the APWW, or let's say APW Square initiative, right? So it shouldn't be like something that is not really linked to what we are doing or doesn't feel like APWW, but we need to feel that, right? And then visual appealing, right? So visual appeal is the design visually engaging and appropriate for all media use. So those are the three elements that we'll be looking at to make sure, right, that the person, whoever, right, can fulfill those three criterias, can be the first person in the first place. So the timeline, submission deadline December 28, right, at 5 p.m. GMT. So please do not submit 5 p.m. 01 minute. It will not just work. The link will be closed. So let's try our best to make sure that this will not happen, right? And the winner, right, the winners announced on January 1st, 2025 through our platforms. This is how things will be happening. So basically, this is the first information I would like to give. So I believe if you feel interested, if you feel the calling, please engage yourself, and definitely this will be great, right? So the second element I would like to talk about is the registration. Definitely, if you feel the intensity currently that we have now, everyone wants to give, right, their offering to True Mother, even if it's just a prayer, even if it's just participating to a Jong song, even if it's just supporting in any ways, we would like really to make sure that we are contributing to that. And for that, the first step is to register. Show your engagement, right? So let me show you the registration form that we have to make sure that you can also register yourself. It's really not a difficult, let's say, registration form. It's very simple, very practical, right? And is accessible to everyone. So as you can see, the registration form, in order to show my engagement at first, right, for this pure water, African pure water wave movement, is this one. So the first thing, once you'll be receiving the link, is to just enter your last name, right, the name of your family, then your first name. If you have more than one, please feel free to write. Then the date of birth, right, your gender, are you a male or a female, right, your nationality, you can just pick, right, on the list of nations here or nationalities here, right? And then your subregion. From which subregion are you? Are you from subregion North, right? Are you from subregion West, Central, South, or East? Right? If you do not know, you can ask someone you feel maybe perhaps that person knows. Then also nation of residence. Where are you? Are you in Malawi, Mauritius, Mozambique, Djibouti? Where are you? You can select that nation and make sure that we know. Then your WhatsApp number. It will be very important to write your WhatsApp number, right? Then we can also inform you, update you, add you also in the different groups that we have to make sure that you can be updated on whatever we are doing currently, and also your email address. And the very important part of this registration form is the engagement statement, right? Dear youth, do you wish to make an offering to our beloved true parents during this period as we are getting closer to the entrance ceremony? Well, I believe everyone coming to this stage will just click yes. I know that we'll have troublemakers, for sure. Some people will put no, but even this no, I'll take it for a yes, definitely, because I believe all of us here wants to give their offering, right? And to make sure that we did contributed to this wonderful African pure water wave, an offering that we would like to give to our beloved true parents, specifically to our beloved true mother. In terms of announcement, this is what I would like to give. Thank you so much for your presence today. We are all excited to see you. Thank you so much for the love also, and we are grateful. Thank you, MC. The floor is back to you.
Alors, à présent, nous allons passer aux mots de clôture. Et les mots de clôture nous seront faits bien évidemment par notre président régional, le révérend Jean-Pierre Kadima. Veuillons le recevoir avec des ovations bien honorées.
Merci à notre MC de la soirée. Est-ce que je suis audible?
Oui, vous l'êtes.
Yeah. Je disais merci à notre MC de la soirée pour la parole que venait de m'accorder. Je voudrais remercier la vice-présidente pour ce message qui a exprimé comment nous devons, qui a répondu à une question comment nous devons répondre dans le désir de la paix. Et félicitations à tous ceux qui ont pu prendre de leur temps pour pouvoir participer à cette convocation. Cette expression de l'eau pure que notre mère utilise pour montrer son désir, son amour envers la jeunesse, pour valoriser cette jeunesse et pour montrer son cœur de mère, doit être une interpellation pour chacun. Alors, jeune missionnaire à Kinkole, dans une cité où j'ai été envoyé pour travailler avec un missionnaire croyant, c'est là où j'avais compris la vraie valeur de l'eau du point de vue du principe. Nous étions dans une ferme, on faisait des potagers et on essaie également de la pisciculture. Il n'y avait que cette rivière qui s'appelait Moussolo. Et cette rivière nous servait, on s'est lavé dedans, on buvait la même eau. Et je pouvais voir la pureté de cette rivière, la force et l'énergie qu'elle nous donnait. Ainsi, j'ai eu l'inspiration de créer une chanson. Le titre de ma chanson disait l'eau, symbole de la vie. Pourquoi? Parce que je pouvais voir tous les bienfaits de l'eau. Et je pouvais comprendre l'expression de l'amour de Dieu à travers l'eau. Alors, à chaque instant, à chaque moment que notre mère qualifie aux jeunes que vous êtes de l'eau pure, je me suis toujours demandé si nos enfants, nos jeunes comprennent ça. Si ils font des analyses profondes pour comprendre pourquoi cette expression de l'eau pure. Et pour l'Afrique, j'ai vu dans les réponses, dans les questions, dans les jeux de questions ici, vous avez répondu que le continent africain est parmi les continents que notre mère aime le plus. Est-ce que c'est juste une réponse parce que nous attendons ce que notre mère dit, ce qu'on nous dit, ce qu'on nous répond, ou bien nous avons ces sentiments-là? Imaginez quand vous sentez que vous êtes l'enfant le plus aimé. Quelle est votre réponse? Est-ce seulement le te réjouir que bon, je suis l'enfant le bien aimé? Peut-être ça peut amener une certaine arrogance. Ou bien ça doit amener une prise de responsabilité, une prise de conscience. Le mouvement, la vague d'eau pure de l'Afrique, c'est un défi, un engagement pour défier quoi? Pour défier d'abord les parents célestes, que oui, ce que la vraie mère dit, nous le comprenons. Et nous voulons vraiment le substantiel. Aussi, c'est un engagement, une responsabilité. Tu dois intérioriser cela afin que je ne puisse pas seulement me contenter de ce qui est dit, applaudir, après j'oublie et je fais autre chose, mais que je fasse partie de l'histoire de l'Afrique. Cette nouvelle histoire que nous avons écrite, que je sois le premier jeune à hériter pour continuer le travail légué ou laissé par les parents, par les grands frères, par les grandes sœurs, par les aînés. Et ce que nous sommes en train de faire, vous savez, la vague, c'est une expression de ce qui s'est fait sous l'eau. Et notre rôle, mon rôle, ma responsabilité en tant que parent, c'est de toujours plus sous l'eau. Notre responsabilité sous l'eau. S'il y a des parents ici, nous devons comprendre. Le mouvement de la vague se peut voir. C'est une expression de ce qui s'est fait sous l'eau. Et quand la vague vient, tout disparaît, retour pour donner plus de force, plus de résultats. Comme ça que nous devons comprendre cela. Et toutes ces questions qui ont été posées ici, si elles peuvent trouver de réponses positives, c'est tout ce que nous attendons. C'est ce que moi, je veux vous encourager à répondre, à comprendre les points d'interrogation, les questions données, les images illustrées pour qu'enfin nous puissions nous engager pour répondre à l'appel de la vie, pour vraiment nous qualifier en tant que purs. Ne soyons pas cette eau pure, parce qu'ici, on a tendance à voir aussi l'eau pure qu'on vend. Les sachets qui sont vendus, on a écrit l'eau pure, mais ces sachets peuvent être achetés par n'importe qui. On met de l'eau, n'importe quelle eau. On appelle ça l'eau pure. Ce n'est pas cette eau pure-là que nous parlons. Je sais que la vraie mère a expliqué. Je vous encourage et demande à tous les jeunes soucieux de voir l'Afrique s'élever, soucieux de répondre à l'appel de notre mère, de s'engager massivement, vous n'aurez rien perdu. Vous n'aurez rien perdu. Il n'y a pas de bénédiction, il n'y a pas plus de bénédiction plus de grâce que d'avoir fait partie de cette histoire que la fille unique de Dieu vient d'instaurer. Quelle histoire? Vendre l'hélicoptère laissé par le père et prendre engagement depuis qu'elle a pris cet engagement. D'année en année, la vraie mère est restée la même, déterminée, engagée. Qui l'eût cru? Et la vraie mère va engager les petits-enfants qu'elle a même épousé dans la guerre, les jeunes. Nous avons reçu Chintop. Qui pouvait penser qu'après Chintop que nous avons reçu? Aujourd'hui, c'est chaque région qui doit organiser ce Chintop. Est venu. Donc, qui le cru? Donc, Dieu travaille de façon mystérieuse, mais quand on est éveillé, on comprend. Quand on comprend, on s'accroche. Alors, accrochez-vous, car le train dans l'entrée de Chonongo et Choni. 5 tomes est déjà en marche. Malheur à ceux qui vont perdre leur temps, entrer dans des analyses fortuites, sans comprendre ce de moi qu'il s'agit, et sans moi, personne d'autre ne peut faire partie de ce vague. Faites partie de la vague, du mouvement de la vague d'eau pure de l'Afrique céleste pour honorer la fille unique des dieux. Encore une fois de plus, je vous félicite, faites large diffusion. Je vois la participation est vraiment faible. Faites large diffusion pour qu'enfin, la prochaine rencontre, qu'on voie tous les 1800 jeunes connectés ici. Bien de bonnes choses. Joyeux Noël et mes meilleurs voeux de bonne santé, de longue vie, de prospérité. Et surtout, soyez le premier à vous enregistrer.
OK. Merci beaucoup à tous. Et vraiment, nous avons été honorés par votre présence aujourd'hui tout au long de ce programme et espérons vivement que vous serez davantage présents pour les autres programmes à venir que nous comptons organiser chaque fin du mois. Merci beaucoup et bonne soirée à chacun de vous.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you to our MC, tech interpreters, all of you. See you soon.